Oftenly, people don't understand that the risk behind meme is higher than the risk in the crypto space itself. FOMO, fear of missing out. You shouldn't ever feel like, oh, I am missing out. You don't trade cryptos with money you want to use urgently. You should know that whatever I am investing, I am willing to lose it. Personally, I would advise that no matter how good a token is, no matter how good the utility is, you are there for the profit. At times too, you should be booking at least your capital and 50%.
Welcome to another episode of the Parity Podcast, and today I have a special guest, someone who is into cryptocurrency, and we want to kind of break down cryptocurrency in a friendly way, in a beginner-friendly way, let me put it that way, where by the end of you listening to this conversation, you should be able to understand what cryptocurrency stands for. Just that basic understanding before you go in and start investing your money into this type of digital assets. Today I have with me Abdul Qadir Suleiman. He is a Web3 person, crypto enthusiast, crypto trader, anything that has to do with crypto. You are going to see him there. He's someone who is very active in Web3, especially has a Twitter profile where he shares a lot of information every day about crypto. And I thought, why don't I bring him on here so he can share his knowledge with us? It's an honor to have you on the podcast.
Gem, my boss.
No worry. Update. You go to give me update from today like this. Updates go to drop.
You yourself now updates now.
No, they want me. So quickly, I want to start by kind of knowing, how did you start your crypto journey? What was it? How did you start?
Well, I think it's going to be a long explanation if I really want to start. If I really want to go deep into how I started, when I started, and how it all began. But let me just briefly explain how it all began. I think I started my journey in cryptocurrency around 2018-19. Back then, when I was in school, we were just a few students, vibrant students who were interested in making money, in financial freedom. I and my friends, more like 3 to 5 of us. We were very much interested, and we just wanted to learn something new because we were always interested in learning new things. So we decided to just venture into the digital world, the internet and technology, because we felt like it was the new money.
Yeah.
It was the new money. That was what people were after. Even if it was people into cryptocurrency and digital assets were very few, but then we knew that there was an opportunity for us, in as much as you are ready to learn and you are ready to put in work. So we put in efforts. We decided to learn new things. We learned about cryptocurrency as a whole. We learned about them back then in 2021. We learned about NFTs. We learned about stocks and many more. So we shared materials. I can remember that on my birthday, the only gift I got on my birthday was a bunch of materials to teach me about cryptocurrency, NFTs, forex trading, and lots more. It was just like I felt much more better getting that as a gift than any gift you could ever offer to me. I can't explain the happiness it came with, because I felt like if you are going to add me to your life, like put me first to educate me about financial freedom, then I don't need money that I would spend within days. Let me just say, at most, what he would have given to me, my friend Abdul Basit, what he would have given to me wouldn't have been more than maybe 10,000, 15,000 naira. And he's putting me first and giving me all the materials I need to learn about cryptos, Web3, and technology as a whole. So I think that was how it all began. I learned, relearned, invested, reinvested, lost, profits, lose again, and on and on.
Yeah. So, in your own understanding, what is cryptocurrency in your own understanding?
To my best of knowledge,
Yes.
cryptocurrencies are more of digital assets,
Yes.
tradable to make or lose, to make profit or lose money, because there can never be a market without profit and loss. The only thing that makes it a market is the profit and loss. So that is the easiest definition I can give for cryptocurrencies.
And what do you think is the difference between cryptocurrency and the normal money that we use every day?
Cryptocurrencies are digital assets. The normal money we use are physical assets, are physical, exchangeable assets.
Yeah.
Just like, let's say, they say that money is anything that you and I can agree on to accept as a means of exchange. We can also call cryptocurrency money, because certain countries, certain individuals accept it as a means of exchange. There are a lot of countries that you can use cryptocurrency as a means of payment. A lot of countries like Kenya, Istanbul, Dubai, Doha, Doha is the same as Qatar, Singapore, and lots of.
I think El Salvador. El Salvador is one of the countries that is even like
South
accept
Africa
Bitcoin, as I know about
as
that
a
one.
means of
It's
exchange.
widely accepted.
So there are some parts of Nigeria private business owners that also accept cryptocurrency as a means of exchange.
Yeah. So you talked about something that's on your birthday. Someone gifted you books, crypto books, instead of giving you physical cash, and it's something that I don't think it will resonate with a lot of people, because some people might just go ahead and just dump those books.
I'd say that Gen Z generation, I don't want to say it in an offensive manner, but I believe that Gen Z generation value short-term things more than long-term things.
Yeah.
Because if I am to gift my little brother now a shelf of books, or tell him to choose between a shelf of intellectual books that he would learn a lot from, or 100,000 naira, he would go for the 100,000 naira. It's just an example.
Yeah.
He would prefer to go for the 100,000 naira, because he will feel like it will serve him a purpose more than the books would serve. Meanwhile, those books would add more to your life than that 100,000 naira will. So I believe that there are some things that you need deep thinking rather than just me going for what I feel would benefit me between today and tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel nowadays people hardly read.
Yes, exactly.
And even me personally, when I wanted to know a lot about the crypto, I read a lot. Just through reading that, I got to know that this technology is something that it's a life-changing technology.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, cryptocurrency is not something you can know in a year or two. You can use 5 years in crypto industry and immediately you stop learning today, you feel like you've gone back to the old you.
Because I think partly it's because it's a new technology.
Yes.
Even though we are years in it,
there are a lot of things being implemented.
A lot of things are happening every day.
Yes.
A lot of people are coming up with ways to scam people.
Yes, and new opportunities to make more money again
every day. So it's something that is ever evolving. And if you don't keep with the pace, you just find yourself out
behind.
Yeah.
Because I know that basically if you decide to stop learning anything that has to do with crypto within a day or two, and you come back to crypto, you find yourself
left behind.
Exactly. You see that there are a lot of things that you don't know that you have to catch up with.
Definitely. So, crypto is not something that just comes out. It starts with a blockchain.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't even understand what it... In fact, 100% of the newbies that want to go into crypto, they don't even know that there is a blockchain behind that is powering this thing. They don't even know some of these terms. They don't really know the utility behind the cryptocurrency and all that. So I want you to just tell us about blockchain technology and what it can do.
Blockchain as a whole blockchain as a word first
Yes.
is a very, very vast word. It's something that if you decide to start learning about blockchain, the history of Satoshi, the reason behind cryptocurrency, what cryptocurrency is all about, what the blockchain is all about, it's something that even if you get the basis right now, you'd see that it's something you have to still learn on your own. But I'd say that blockchain on its own came about as a result of I want to explain it in a layman word where everybody would understand
The thing with crypto is that there is no layman word, to be honest.
But then there are words that you would use for people to easily understand. No matter how hard it is, there should be a way you'd say it that Mr. A that doesn't know about technology can understand. So it's just like making a way in a situation whereby, okay, let me say you and I having an opportunity to separate our local currency from cryptos. Am I making sense?
Yeah, I think, yeah, explain.
Let me just say that blockchain is an opportunity, comes about as an opportunity that you and I can do things on the internet without having anybody to obstruct our
without like decentralized.
Yes, decentralized finance.
Yes.
Without having to think that, okay, Mr. A can obstruct what I am trying to do. And it is more of you and I knowing the in-depth of what is happening on the blockchain.
Yeah, definitely. So personally, what I think the blockchain is it's more like first of all, it's a ledger, a public ledger where all the records that are happening, if it's maybe Bitcoin,
yes,
the Bitcoin blockchain, for example, all the records of all the transactions from the beginning down to right now is available. Everybody have access to that ledger.
Exactly.
And as we are moving forward, carrying out more transactions, new blocks are being created on that chain to keep all that record.
The records.
And there is nobody that can interfere with that record, and it's always end to end. Let's say from
that's
me
why
to you.
I said between you and I.
It's me to you directly. Whereas maybe if we are going with the traditional method, it's maybe from me to the bank, then the bank to
exactly.
you. So there's always that middleman. So what the blockchain is trying to do is trying to eliminate,
to create a gap,
to eliminate that middleman, so that the transaction will be peer to peer, P2P. You understand?
Exactly.
So that's what I understand by blockchain. And it's kind of difficult to break down these things to when you are telling someone that is not into this
exactly
crypto world.
So it's usually something that is very hard to explain, especially when you are trying to impact knowledge on people who are coming into this space.
Yes.
Because these people are basically people that don't have any idea. The only thing they know is cryptocurrency.
Yeah, they don't know the underlying technology.
Exactly.
For example, when Pi, it recently launched. And
yes.
I have to say kudos to the people that were
the
pioneers of those projects, everyone that went into it. Personally, I didn't go into it because when at the beginning there was no clear path, because even though it wasn't like a blockchain, the service was kind of saw it in an exploitative manner, you understand?
Yes, a lot of people felt like it was more of a Ponzi scheme than a blockchain or cryptocurrency token.
Yes. So, personally, I didn't really invest a lot of energy into that Pi. I was skeptical about it. But when I saw that they were launching, I said, no, the developers of this project are really good people. Even though it took a lot of time to get to where they are, at least they compensated the community, and
they showed that whatever they were doing was really worth it.
And even the price at launch, I think immediately it was almost $3, and there were a lot of people that cashed out immediately it launched. So these are some of the things that people don't really understand when it comes to this crypto world. And another thing that also keep people out of the crypto world entirely is the fact that there are a lot of scams. you can easily be scammed, either rug pulled, or maybe somebody will send you something that will wreck your wallet down to zero. So what are some of the measures that you personally use to secure your crypto assets?
I think the top measures I would say is, because we are talking about novices now,
Yes.
people who are just beginning crypto, is staying away from malicious links, making a very good research before going into any project, or before deciding to farm any project if it happens to be an airdrop, knowing the key securities and things to do and things not to do when you are trading cryptos. Now, there are a couple of wallets that shows you if a link is safe or not. I think Zerion wallet does that. Then there are a few wallets that I can't remember honestly now that will show you if a link is malicious or not. So I think putting those ones in place is good for you. Then making sure that you know what you are interacting with, because there are scammers that comes up every day with new techniques to steal funds. So knowing when a particular project Twitter is hacked, let's say you know that this project don't normally tweet, then don't normally log their comments, then unfortunately you start seeing them with new tweets of links, you interacting with a particular link for an airdrop, and with their comment locked, you should know that there is definitely something wrong there. Then also making sure that your personal computers and datas are either encrypted or safeguarded with your own password that only you can have access to, and keeping your private keys and your phrases very, very safe and vital.
There is a common saying in the crypto world that goes by, not your keys, not your crypto.
Exactly.
And a lot of people that are coming into this space, they don't even know about this term. They don't even care about not your crypto, not your keys. They are just out there to make the money.
I have personally lost a lot of funds losing my key phrases, because sometimes I just feel, okay, I need to do something and I have to create a new wallet, because personally I create a new wallet every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks I create a new wallet because of my security. And I have a wallet that no matter what, I don't connect it to any link. If there's an airdrop, I would rather pass it rather than just saying, okay, I am connecting it to any random links, because you don't know a link that can be exploited by tomorrow and it might lead to loss of funds. So I might just decide to create a new wallet and forget to save the key phrase, or forget to save the wallet in my PC or phone. And maybe something I decided to delete some files or something or things from my computer, and I end up losing the wallet. There was a time I lost my phone, so I created new wallets that week and I funded most of the wallets. Then my phone got stolen. So I had to lose all the wallets. So the best thing is, write out your phrase on a paper, rather on a note that you know that you can keep safe. And do not save your keys to your mail. Do not give your keys to anybody. Your keys are your keys. Only you should have access to it.
I think the most of the crypto newbies, the problem comes from the fact that they don't even know the types of crypto storage that we have. They don't know there are like decentralized platform where you are the person in control of that asset. And we have like centralized platforms like Binance, Bybit, all these ones. So they just go ahead, once they come, they download Binance or Bybit. That's where they take all their crypto, not knowing that in the grand scheme of things, that crypto that is on Binance actually belongs to Binance. It doesn't belong to you. So I want you to kind of educate people
on
the type of decentralized wallets and how people can go about getting some of these wallets to function.
So there are two types of wallets: the centralized and decentralized wallets. Decentralized is popularly called the DEX, and decentralized is popularly called the CX.
Yes.
Decentralized wallets are often Binance, But the tier 1 centralized wallets are often Binance, Bybit. I think those are the two tier 1 exchanges right now.
Okay.
Then the tier 2 are the MEX, the maybe Kraken, the KuCoin, and others. So the easiest way to explain a centralized wallet is any wallet that you do KYC for. As far as you are going to put in your details, your email, and verify those wallets, then it's a centralized wallet. Are you getting my point? Then it's a centralized wallet because you do a know your customer verification.
Yeah.
So that way, everybody knows that this particular person owns this particular wallet address or information linked to that person. And fraudulent activities can easily be traced on a centralized wallet. But when we talk about decentralized wallets, you don't know me, I don't know you. The only way I get to know you is when I want to know who you are.
When you have to research.
Yes. When I want to know who you are, that is when I get to know who you are, when you are using a decentralized wallet. And decentralized wallets are oftenly created with with key phrases.
Yeah.
Now your key phrases are yours. Even the creator of the wallet can never have an access to it. And the only way you are being hacked or scammed in a decentralized wallet is when you are being exploited through links. Or maybe when you click keylogger. Now those are types of scamming or spamming tools that are used to hack wallets. It's either you are being hacked through a keylogger, which have full access to your device, because mostly a keylogger has full access to your device. It's more like screen mirroring your laptop or your phone in their personal computer. Now, opening a decentralized wallet is quite easier than opening a centralized wallet, because it's just you going on. Or let me first give an example of decentralized wallets. You have the Trust wallet, the MetaMask, the Zerion wallet, the Phantom wallet, the Kraken wallet, the Magic Eden wallet, and lots more. So those are examples of decentralized wallets. Now, opening a decentralized wallet is just for you to go on your Play Store or Google Chrome to install it into your device, then create. Now, creating a wallet is one thing. Keeping your wallet safe is another thing. You've created a wallet. Before you create a wallet, some of these decentralized wallets would force you to write down your phrase. Because after creating, they would ask you for some part of the phrase to know that you've really kept it safe. So, if you've not kept your phrase safe and you mistakenly lose access to that wallet, there is no way you get it back, no matter the amount of money you have in that wallet. It's gone. So the first step of creating a decentralized wallet is keeping your phrase safe. Now you can create a sub-wallet in a wallet. So those sub-wallets, you can easily have access to them too with your key phrase. Or you can decide to have access to each of the sub-wallets using a private key. Because each sub-wallet has its own private key. Wallet 1 has its private key. Wallet 2 has its private key. It's just like saying that in your computer, you have 3 different accounts. Account 1 has its login. Account 2 has its login. Account 3 has its login too. That is how it is in a wallet too.
So, and again, there are some other types of storage that are completely offline. Like the
hardware. The hardware, that's a ledger, the ledger wallet. And a lot of times, a ledger wallet is often used by people who have massive assets. But most times, I advise that even if you don't have a lot of assets for a ledger wallet, if you have tokens you want to keep for
long.
a long period of time, it is advised to keep them in a ledger.
Yeah, I think there was one particular one, one key I recently saw, another one. It's also an offline, another
Wallet.
offline one storage.
There are a lot of ledger wallets. I think I got my first ledger in 2020.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So now another thing that I want us to touch upon is the fact that besides Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Which other one again? I think those are the XRP. But to me, these are like the top three to me. And my favorite among those three is Solana. I'm heavy on Solana.
Everybody loves Solana.
Even though there are some aspects of it that kind of feel a bit centralized. When I really read in depth about Solana, I found out that there are some aspects of Solana that the developers are the ones that have that control.
Yes.
But it has looked like a promising project over the years. So outside these three, which other kind of coins will you advise beginners to kind of look out for? And again, I want us to talk about researching for this crypto. But before that, take us on this journey.
Now, apart from Bitcoin, the popular Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum, these are the three major and most popular tokens. But then there are tokens that I feel if you are going to look at them in a long run, then you should be making at least, if you are not making money from the mother coin, then you should be making money from the meme coins. Now we have the Tron. We have the SUI, SUI. We have the SEI, SEI. SU and SEI are two different tokens. Then we have the Ape coin. Then there are a lot of tokens.
There are thousands.
There are millions of tokens.
Millions of tokens.
There are millions of tokens. Then XRP, that's Ripple. At least the US government are banking on Ripple too. Then we have maybe the football tokens. There are football tokens too. Mostly should be traded during maybe the Champions League, the Premier League, and other leagues. Then I believe that every token that has a meme, that are building a meme on it, it's a good token to bank on. Yeah. Because as far as you are building meme tokens under a particular token, then the token is here to stay.
Because recently when Trump was kind of going crazy, I had Solana. Solana was even pumping alongside.
Exactly,
that was like a good sign, because I think that Trump token was built on Solana blockchain. So it's kind of a ripple effect. That's why I often advise people that come to me, a few people that ask me about crypto, that sometimes it's not about even investing in the meme coin. Research the blockchain that some of these popular meme coins are being built upon, and buy some of these tokens based that are like. So that's when talks of Ethereum, Solana mostly come in play.
Yeah. So you see, oftenly people don't understand that the risk behind meme is higher than the risk in the crypto space itself. Now, we know that cryptocurrency covers both meme and other tokens. But now, understanding when a token is a meme token and when a token is an alt token. Yeah. Now, alt token are tokens that have utility. Alternative to Bitcoin. Yeah, that is an altcoin. Now, the meme tokens are tokens that are basically created for the fun.
Yeah, more like a cruise.
Yes, let's just have the fun. Let's make money with the jokes.
But some people take it too serious.
Yes,
and lose money.
You would see that somebody is investing $1,000 and hoping that a token that is worth $0.0035 would move from $0.0035 to $1. And he should be making around $1 billion.
It's not like
now. That's when research comes in. Knowing when to buy a token, knowing why you are buying a token, knowing when to leave the token, and knowing who is behind the token. Now, when to buy a token. Personally, I feel there is a certain market cap that if a token gets to, then I shouldn't be FOMOing into it. Then knowing why I am buying a token. Okay, this person is creating a meme coin. What is the basis of this meme coin? What is the reason why he's creating this meme coin? Is what is creating funny to me? Am I seeing myself making profit off this token? Then knowing who is creating the meme coin. Okay, as a dev, you've created a token. Okay, let's talk about one of the popular tokens on Solana, Zero Bro. Now let's say Zero Bro the dev of Zero Bro is creating a token, and the token has gone from, let's say, 20k market cap to 1 billion market cap already. I can use that alone to buy into a new token he's creating, because I know that a lot of people would feel, oh, if this person has created a token that has moved from 20k market cap to 1 billion market cap, then definitely this one should be doing at least a times 10 or times 20, no matter how bad it is. So I can bank on the dev alone to buy a token. But even at banking on a dev to buy a token, I know that definitely I should know when to exit, when my greed permits me to exit the token completely and move on to the next. Then there's always one thing I advise on. Do not buy a token because everybody is buying a token. It might work for me, it might not work for me. Then FOMO, fear of missing out. You shouldn't ever feel like, oh, I am missing out. If you miss out on this token, there are 1,000 tokens that will come after you miss out on this.
But when the thing about FOMO is that it has wrecked a lot of people. Fear of missing out. Like, you just feel this token. For example, that Trump one that was skyrocketing, a lot of people FOMO'd into it.
That's the issue.
When it got to, I think there was a time it got to almost 70 USD or so, if I'm right. I've forgotten.
I think 71. I can't
remember. Something. There were people that wanted to go in at that point, but I told them that, left to me, it's too late for you to get in. I think I got in when it was around like 20. But I was still having the perception that it was going to skyrocket. I watched it reach that all-time high. Then instead of me to like move out, I was still hoping that no, this coin, there's still something, it will reach $100.
Now there's one thing you watch in a market. Trump created a token. Then after a few days, another token came up with his wife's
Melania,
name.
Yes.
You should know that was the peak of Trump. There's what we call PVP. Peer-to-peer, peer volume pair. The volume from this token is being transferred to the volume in another token, because people don't want to miss out on this one, so they are pushed to sell this one to jump into this one. Now, that is you finding your exit. Personally, I believe that, okay, if a token launches and I know the main reason for its launch and it's available to trade on futures, I would prefer to trade it on futures with lower leverage than trading it on the meme market. Because now, let's talk about the Trump. I saw Trump around $12, $10 to $12. Then the first thing I did was to move some money into MEX wallet, MEX, like money I am willing to lose.
Yeah.
Then I opened a long position for it at that particular point. Even if my liquidation was closer than expected, at least I know that if I'm losing this money, it's money I am willing to lose. I don't have any problem with it. Now that's what people don't understand. You don't trade cryptos with money you want to use urgently. You should know that whatever I am investing, I am willing to lose it. That way you are at peace with yourself, and you are at least far away from depression and frustration.
Yeah.
You know that, okay, if I end up losing this money, it's something I already had it in mind that I am going to lose. So at the end, you know that it's a balanced equation if you make profit, and it's a balanced equation if you don't make profit. So at the end, at least, I held the token from $12 to around $50 something with times 5 leverage. Now you are making, if I'm investing $100, my times 5 leverage is more like I'm investing $500. So if you are making $200, I am making times 5 of $200.
But like, these are some of the things that a lot of people don't understand. Everybody just went in, poured their money into Trump. There were calls were flying. You need to buy Trump. I need to get in. Everybody was getting in, but I bet you most of the people that went
got
into
in,
at the end of the day, they lost money. And
that's it.
Greed just played out.
It was more of
at
greed and FOMO.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. I got in at $30, which was a good one. Yeah. At $60, you were already times 2. Personally, I would advise that no matter how good a token is, no matter how good the utility is, you are there for the profit. At times 2, you should be booking at least your capital and 50% profit. Let's say if you are investing $100, at $60 you already have $200. You should be taking out at least $150 and leaving the remaining $50 in. So if it pumps, you are still in profit. If it dumps, you are still in profit. You don't have anything to lose at that point. But you living in the hole, especially if you don't have enough capital to hold you in. Now, if you lost your capital in the midst of chasing after plenty profit that might likely not come, now you are back to square zero to go and hustle for another capital.
Yeah. So I think when I was talking to you, you made mention of you not using your Naira to switch to crypto, and you only make the money only the money you make from the internet. That's the money you invest in
some
crypto.
People might actually not agree to what I'm saying, but it's a logic I have tried. It's something I and my friends have worked on, and we've seen the outcome. I believe that you never use your Naira to buy a cryptocurrency. Never convert your Naira into dollar to buy cryptocurrency, because most times, 90% of the time, it doesn't work out well. You end up using your Naira and standing in with nothing again. Because there was a time that I decided, okay, I know I'm not supposed to say it, but I think in my 200 level, I converted my school fees, and my accommodation to USDT to trade cryptos. And at the end, I ended up losing both the school fees and the accommodation. So now I am left with fighting for myself on how to get my school fees and my accommodation to pay, because there is no way I'll defer the semester or go and tell my dad that I have invested my money in cryptocurrency that he doesn't believe in. So you see, I have tried it often times and it never worked out. So I had to believe that you should never convert your Naira into cryptocurrency, into USDT to trade cryptos.
I know a lot of people might disagree with you, because there'll probably be people that have converted their Naira and it was profitable. But I'll still agree with you that most of the time, it doesn't work out.
Because there's this eagerness, this energy you would want to put in to make quick profits and take out the money you took in. So that alone can push you to making a lot of wrong decisions.
So, well, I think when it comes to crypto, most of the people that are just getting into it are people that want to get rich quick.
Exactly.
And another mistake is you should never collect money. I have a personal story. Never collect money from someone. Say you want to invest crypto for them. You die.
I hope I would be able to say this someday, but I have a story that has taken me to spend 5 days in police custody for a money I did not collect personally.
Yeah, maybe
it's just like me referring, okay, you want to trade cryptos, then I refer you to a friend that, okay, I don't trade cryptocurrency for people, I don't collect people's money to trade, but I would refer you to somebody that do that. Then you guys can have your agreement on what percentage you would share. Then it led to me being the middle person. Okay, you referred me to somebody, and I don't know the person physically. The person stays in Lagos, I stay in Minna. So since you can't get to the person in Lagos, now I am the culprit. You feel I connived with the person
to take your money.
To take your money.
So personally, I think there was a time I think I collected someone's money. The person is very close to me, and we invested it in crypto. The person has been adamant about it, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Just buy it and keep it in your. I did not rest. Every day they were called. How is it money? They are saying the thing is pumping. How far? It got to a point where I was so tired and exhausted about the calls and every day talking. I just sold everything and returned the money to the person so that I
honestly.
And I again at the same time, I had someone again that when I was really researching, the person had money, so he bought crypto, but it was more of like something that he just had money. I think he invested as little as 250k. Just bought some little. The token that he was heavy on back then was like Solana. He bought a lot, and it was back then it was kind of cheaper.
Cheap.
He forgot about it. In fact, he completely forgot about it. He didn't check it for years. Then I think recently, it was around January, something just happened. I don't know what happened. So he now said, where is my crypto? Wallet. It was Trust Wallet. I've forgotten my seed phrase. And I told him that if you've forgotten it, just forget about that money. He tried his possible best to make sure he recovered that seed phrase. When he recovered it, he now saw his like 250k was now in
millions.
It was a lot of money. He was now like, do you know what? I'm even looking for more money
to buy more.
Now
those are the issues.
That was delayed gratification. And initially when he invested, he was even looking at it going down, and he was a bit worried. So I think it was because of that worry that made him to forget about it.
Let me just put it that I've lost this money.
Yeah, he was just facing his hustle, just doing his thing. Then maybe something happened one day. He was not like, let me go and check. And he now saw, this money has turned to plenty money. He was not able to even take out of that money and solve some of his own issues. And again, another personal story. There was a time I bought some NFTs. I have someone in that trades crypto. So I think we initiated that discussion together. We bought plenty sold NFTs, and I think we bought them for like so very, very cheap. So we held them for like, was it 2 years or so? I've forgotten the number of years, but it was a long time. So one day, on my system, I said, let me check the Phantom wallet and see what is going on. When I just opened that wallet, honestly, I just opened my mouth. Like,
what this amount?
Yeah, like, see the money. Even though the money was not really plenty, the profit, I think, at that time was around like $250. So if you calculate it, it's not like it's a life-changing money.
Yeah,
but it just showed me that if you put your money in this thing and kind of forget about it, the right project, because there are some projects that have been wrecked, that went back to zero in that period. Yeah. So if you go for the right project, you definitely come out with something. But it's not something that comes like immediately. It takes time and patience. That's like investing just works like that. Not even crypto, even if it stocks, you buy shares, you have to just be patient and give it time.
The truth is, when they started trading meme, we were trading memes on BSC, BNB chain. So then we believe that the easiest way to stack up mother coin is through meme coin. You buy a token worth 1 BNB, and at the end you end up selling for 5 or 10 BNB. So you are forced to save 3 to 4 BNB and continue trading with 1 BNB. So that way, if BNB is pumping, you have 5 BNB set aside as a profit that you've made from trading meme coins. Now, you bought BNB at $30. Now BNB is at around $500, and maybe you stack up like 500 BNB. Are you not a multimillionaire now?
Yeah.
Now that is the same thing as soul. Same thing as NFTs too. A lot of tokens, a lot of meme tokens are being used to stack up the mother token. And I believe that that's the easiest way to stack up tokens through meme coins. That's if you are a good meme trader.
The thing is, I feel for meme coins, trading meme coins is for people that really understand the market.
Exactly.
You can't just put your head into meme
You
coins.
cannot manipulate
Because
the meme market.
Meme can make you a millionaire overnight, and it can still wreck you back to the trenches.
I am a living example.
Yeah,
a lot
so
of times.
we know it's some for people that understand. But if you want to be on the safer side, some of these altcoins are like the best things.
Altcoins are the best for people that are not day-to-day traders.
Yes, just buy some.
If you are a long-term investor, the best is to invest in altcoin. But personally, whatever it is I have done for the past 2 to 3 years is through meme coins.
Yeah, because you've nurtured yourself. You understand where the market is.
I believe there is no way. I think I made most of my money through NFTs. But as time goes on, I realized that NFT cannot give me that amount of money I am looking for. The truth is, there is a very high risk when it comes to trading meme coin. But meme coins are the easiest way to make generational wealth.
I think it's more like
freedom.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, exactly. Like high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
There is no way you would see you invest. If you are investing $100 in a particular token and within few minutes you are making times 10 of your $100, it's a good bet.
Yeah.
But if you are losing your $100, it's not a good bet. That is it. People often like seeing themselves winning than losing. Sorry. But personally, I feel like your loss are being complemented with better wins if you are actually a good trader. Yeah. You might be on a winning streak, on a losing streak for the whole day, and if you decide to switch strategy, you would see that you've made back all your losses in one trade. That is how meme works. So that's why I believe trading memes is always better for me at all times, because what works for me might not work for you. We are two different people and we know what works for us. So that is it.
Like, I wanted us to talk about research. It's very important, and a lot of people overlook it, because most beginners end up buying crypto off of recommendation.
Yeah.
They don't really care to let me fact check this crypto. You understand? So now, how do you research? Maybe how do you discover some of these coins early to get in when it's sweet before everybody come? And
now let me talk about you saying most people often buy tokens of other people's recommendation. Now, if I recommend a token to you, it's based on my conviction. It might not work out. So it's left for you to do your own research. No matter how I recommend a token to you, you shouldn't just believe me and say, okay, because I've recommended 2 to 3 tokens to you and it worked out, then you are not going to do your own research. No matter what, in cryptocurrency, one of the top rules is do your own research. Now, learning how to do your own research is knowing how to navigate through the crypto space and through the projects entirely. Let's say that I am telling you to buy maybe a meme coin. I'm telling you to buy a meme coin for maybe any amount you wish to buy. Now, the easiest way to research about that project is you navigating through their deck screener, checking people who are talking about the token, checking who the dev of the token is, checking the tokens he has created previously, how far it has gone, and also checking the volume of sell and the buy volume of that particular token. Checking what the token is all about. Is it a TikTok token? Is it an animal meta? Is it about somebody who died from another thing? Is it about maybe a celebrity, or what it is about? There are tokens that you definitely know that it cannot do more than times 5. You know that if a token is about maybe somebody who died from so thing, and people are not really talking about it, you know that okay, probably highest it can go is times 5 or times 10. So the best is always to make your own research. Everybody has his own research strategy. Personally, if I see a token, before I make a research, I buy. Before I research, I buy.
You need to explain this one.
Okay. You know how memes work? Memes fly easily. You can, before you finish your research, maybe it would have done like times 10. So I buy. I know that okay, my buy limit is $200. If I'm using $200 to buy all tokens, I know that okay, my buy limit is $200. So if I see a token that I feel okay, this token is catching my attention, before I do it first, my rule is buy now, research later. So if I buy now and finish my research and see that okay, it's actually worth the buy, then I check my wallet and I'm seeing times 5. I'm taking out 50% already. But if I am on the process of research and it has done times 5, there is nothing that will make me buy that token again, because I will feel like buying it is more of risk than reward to me. So I buy before I do my own research. Are you understanding me? So I would buy the token right now, then I'll research later. In that way, I know that okay, I've made my profit and I've taken out the profit and capital I want to preserve. Because my first rule is always capital preservation. No matter how small it is, it's better you preserve it. At least if you are preserving your capital, you have an assurance of going into another token that you are finding out next, that you buy before you research.
Well, thank you for this explanation. Now, spotting these meme coins early, how do you spot them before the 10x, 5x, 100x?
Now, there's always a particular token that pushes a meta. You see, maybe randomly a token would do times 20 or times 100. Then you find out that okay, this token that did times 20 or times 100, a lot of influencers are already hinting on it or talking about things that has to do with TikTok. Now, it's left for you to go and find top TikTok accounts that has to do with meme tokens, that has tokens that has been created long ago, that are already at their lows. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Let's say okay, it's animal meta on TikTok. Then maybe let's say WIF has around to maybe 50 million market cap already. Then for you to front run the meta, you start looking for tokens that are animals on TikTok. Maybe the first cat on TikTok with highest followers. You check for it. You quickly go and check your deck screener to see if there is an OG token, an old token that has been created for that particular cat token on TikTok. Now, you buying into that is you front running the meta. So you found the earliest of it. It's just like you
found it at the beginning.
Yes, you found it at the beginning. Now, when people are rushing to buy, you've already bought the token. You are just waiting for them to pump your bag for you to take your profits.
Well, that's a good explanation.
As you are going on, you'd see that as an early researcher, as a new researcher, it often takes you more than 20 minutes to research. But as you go on, you become an expert in what you do, and you feel like researching on a particular token would not take you like a minute or 30 seconds to research. And within that 30 seconds to 1 minute, a token can do times 10.
Yeah. Those meme tokens move mad.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you just remove your eye from the market, the situation can just change.
Exactly. So that is
and
it.
Before you know, you're either on the losing side or
on the winning side. So it's just like you going on TikTok and searching most influential cats on TikTok, most influential dog on TikTok, most influential doc on TikTok, and they'll give you a list of the top one. Then you go, if the name is, let's say the name is cat with dog, you go on deck screener and search cat with dog. Then you check for the oldest one, because no matter what, they always prioritize the oldest one. There's no investor that will see a token created 5 minutes ago and pick it over the one that has been created 6 months ago. Now, even if that token doesn't do times 20 or times 10, at least you make at least times 3 or times 4 of it, because of the people that are looking for the same thing you are looking for.
Yeah.
They are forced to buy in, and most times people often CTO tokens, like community takeover. A community will a dev will just decide to come, or maybe an influencer will decide to come. Okay, I love this token, I love the narrative, and we are willing to just push the token. We are willing to push the token, I and my friends, to a better market cap for us to make profit. Then they decide to push the token, and you've bought before them. So you are making more profit than they are making. If they are making times 10, you are already at maybe times 15 or times 20, because you front run the meta.
Yeah, I just thanks for this explanation. We've been talking, and I think anyone listening will definitely pick one or two things from this podcast. Definitely, we've said a lot of things. But before you go, I want to ask you, if someone should come to you right now and say, okay, I want to start crypto, what is that one thing that you tell that person?
Go and learn. Learning, you have to learn.
Yeah.
So firstly, you have to learn what cryptocurrency is about. You have to learn cryptocurrency securities, because the first thing you should be learning is about securities, because
how to secure your bag.
How to secure yourself and your wallet, how to secure your bag, then how to trade cryptocurrency, what to trade in cryptocurrency, tokens to trade in cryptocurrency, and what you feel you do best at in cryptocurrency.
The aspect that you are best
Yes.
at, or maybe the aspect that you want to focus on.
Exactly, because there is no way you can be everywhere.
Yeah.
You have to pick one place.
Crypto is very broad. If you are everywhere, head will be paining you every day. People will think you are mad, honestly speaking. The crypto is very wide. There are NFTs, decentralized finance. In fact, if you start researching, you'll be excited because you are learning something new.
Exactly.
And along the line, you just find yourself aligning with something that stands out for you.
Exactly. And one very good thing about crypto is you can learn and earn.
Yeah, definitely.
But do not believe in earning and learning. Learn, then earn. When you are learning, it's a gradual process. The more you learn, the more you earn. You cannot just come and jump into the market and feel you can just start earning from nowhere. Or because I have a friend that is an expert on, or maybe a crypto guru, you can just ask him for signals. Your friend might be buying the lows, and you might be buying the top. And you feel like your friend is cheating you, whereby he's doing his best. It's only that before the information gets to you, it has done the numbers that you are supposed to benefit from. So because my friend is trading a particular coin doesn't mean I'll also trade that particular coin. He's just an information officer that feels you need the information. So if I can be my own information, my own alpha, then why do I need another person? So your alpha and my alpha joined together would make us more money.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if I have the knowledge and you have the knowledge, then we combine the knowledge. If I'm sending you a token and it has already done times 5, my knowledge would give me a heads up if I can still buy it at that point or
not
let it go.
Yeah.
So that is it.
Well, thank you for honoring our invitation. This has been really insightful. We thank you so much. We appreciate you, and keep doing what you do. We're going to leave the link to your Twitter handle in the description of this video so that anyone that wants to get in touch with you can just get in touch with you.
No problem.
And I'm sure there are people that would definitely want to learn. I don't really know how it is going to be. We have a Telegram community where we are trying to bring people together. We'll probably also leave that in description where people can just join, and when we see the numbers are okay in that Telegram community, we might invite you to kind of host a class, maybe 1 or 2 classes to educate people about crypto, because I know that this is something you are passionate about. This is something that you have been doing for years. You've done it when it wasn't even paying, and now that everywhere is good, you're still doing it every day. So we thank you, and we hope the listeners enjoy this episode. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my boss. It's a pleasure to be here, and I hope we do this more often. Yeah. And I'll personally subscribe to this channel because I enjoy every bit of this conversation. Yeah. Do have a nice day, and thank you too.
Thank you.